I watched Scarlet Street with Edward G. Robinson from 1945, based in 1934, about a guy who's an artist and he's with a woman he doesn't like, and he meets this young girl, and she kind of plays with him and makes him think that she likes him, and she thinks he's a famous artist, but he's not, but she kind of plays him for money. He loans her money. She's dating a con man. And the con man is like, how do you know this guy actually is a famous artist? Like, what's his name? And so he takes him out to this street vendor and he's like, what do you think of these paintings? And the guy's like, I could sell them for like $5 or $20 or something. And so he comes back to the woman and he's like, I gave him to a street vendor who's going to sell them. And then they get noticed by an art critic or a gallery owner who thinks they're brilliant and wants to meet the artist. So the girl's boyfriend, his name's Johnny, it says that they're done by her. And then she says, she kind of goes along with it, and then these paintings start selling. In the meantime, Edward G. Robinson's wife's former husband, who had died saving a drowning girl, returns. Turns out he wasn't actually dead. He had just jumped into the water and then pretended to die because he had been doing something wrong at the police station. So he comes back, and Edward G. Robinson says that his name's Chris Cross, Edward G. Robinson's name in this movie. And he says to the guy, you should go take he's like, essentially the guy is saying, you need to be married to my wife, and so give me some money. And Edward G. Robinson is saying, no, if you're back, then I'm not actually married. So he says, if you want money, go take the life insurance policy. It's like $2,000, and it's by her bedside table. And so then when he sends it back in there, she actually isn't in there. So the husband and wife meet, and again, now Edward G. Robinson, with his news that he's no longer married, goes to meet with the girl and tell her that he's free to be with her. But he finds her with Johnny, and Johnny, it turns out, is he goes out drinking and leaves her there, but Edward G. Robinson thinks that she had kind of been playing with him to make him think that she was in love with him for real, but she wasn't. And so she kind of tells him off when Edward G. Robinson comes back. He says, I know you were with Johnny, I forgive you, but we can be together because it's true love. And she basically says, are you serious? Like, you're an old man and I'm a young woman. And it's for you to think that I would be really interested in you and not just playing you is ridiculous. Get out of here. Meanwhile, she and her con man boyfriend had been making money off of Chris Cross. So Chris Cross, anyway, in an act of rage, murders her. And then it gets blamed on Johnny, and Chris Cross gets away with it, but he's haunted. And he's haunted by the way that Johnny and she and Johnny were in love with each other, and their pet names, I think he calls her Lazy Legs. And he's haunted by that, even though he got away with the crime. So, to me, this is an amazing movie. And then at the end, she's dead, and she's known as the artist. And so these paintings are now selling for like $50,000 in 1934 dollars. So it's pretty amazing. But the way this whole plot weaves together, I think of like the way scripts and screenplays were made, film noir. This is Fritz Lang, and he did Metropolis, which is famous. I don't know that I've ever seen that, but I kind of want to see it now, having watched Women in the Window and this one. But it's amazing how all these plot points play off of each other, and how intricately it's written. So I kind of gave away the whole movie, but Edward G. Robinson does a really good job of acting. Music is great, cinematography, the scenery, the plotting of the story. It's all great. So Scarlet Street. Go see it.